All right. Hang on one. All right, here we go. Right.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Yeah, it seemed pretty big.
You guys want to rest here?
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks friggin' delicious too!
Who said anything about eating them?
87! 88! 89! Oh, shoot!
What the? Is the enemy attacking?
Sorry about that. You're not hurt, are you?
Law? What on Dana are you doing?
What am I doing? Training, obviously. I found these nice and heavy rocks that I decided to strap onto my arms, but I guess I didn't tie them down good enough because they went flying.
So you were doing improvised weight training. You and your crazy ideas.
I can't help it. If I'm not training, it's easy for me to get anxious.
Well, that's fair. Actually, I remember seeing you practicing your forms for some time when we were camping the other day.
Yep. No amount of muscle will do you any good if you don't stay on top of your fighting forms. It always feels good when I know I'm still sharp.
Sounds to me like you have too much pent-up energy.
Don't train so hard that you wind up hurting yourself, Law. I promise you, you're already perfectly strong as it is.
No, I'm not. You never know what we'll run into out there. You can never go into a fight too prepared. And that's the truth. Besides, I won't rest until I know that I'm stronger than you, Alphen.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, I don't plan on letting you beat me. Maybe I'll add some weights to my sword and practice swinging it. That should help out.
Alphen, are you crazy?
You're right. This does make for decent training. Good call with the extra weight, Law.
Right? Now you get it!
Since we've already come this far, what do you say we have a little one-on-one with our rocks strapped on?
Hell yeah! I'm down for that! Just give me a second, I'll be all ready to roll. Okay, I'm all set. Let's do this! Take this!
I'm just getting started.
Our camp is completely wrecked!
Go. You two are cleaning it up.
Yes, Shion.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You
You
won.
must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't
Wanna get
just
your
kind
contact
either.
details?
He always worked so hard to set an
And
example for me and everyone
yeah, you won the
else
gift card,
around
man.
him. He was a true
Thanks for
big
following.
brother. So much
I
so that
will
when he thought I was
definitely
asleep,
reach out to
he'd
you
slip out of
and
the house to
yeah,
go
well, I
training
will
on the outskirts of town.
send you
sure
either
you
a
know
code for an Amazon
That's
gift
because
card
I only
or
pretended to be
a
asleep
physical
and
one,
would
whatever you
follow
want,
after him.
really. So,
You know
but
what?
a
I'm
little
not
busy
against stopping
at the
to pick up
moment.
my shield. If you've
But
got
yeah,
time,
we'll
how
do.
about I tell you a
I'll
couple
work
more
on it
Miguel
tonight.
stories?
I
Thank
guess
you
I'd
for
better
following,
get
man. I
comfortable.
appreciate it. Just wanted to do something, say thank you. So I really appreciate it, man.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure, man. Oh, where the hell was I gonna go? Go away.
Let's see what you've got.
I'm only getting started.
Being interrupted.
In here, by the power of water.
Are those rocks in skin?
With astral energy, don't prove it to it. Showtime.
A charge like
Starting to get a little sweaty.
Well, I'm here to stop it.
Thunder field. Raging cascade.
Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
I can feel my precision improving.
Good. Good, good.
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch? Coming through!
Here goes. Confiscated.
Free from regret.
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Your helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Flying freaks! What can they just sit still?
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Can't get out of this!
Do it! Tunnel!
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle. Get lost!
You're finished!
Annihilation! Mega ray! Lightning orb! Raging captain! Stay ready! You gotta jump for cover, okay? Air thrust! Healing
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indiana? Not to a Renan, they don't. That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Stardust! Rising rocket! Burn in hell! My turn!
Ready and raring!
I never miss! Wind astral energy!
Heal!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
So bossy.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Out of our way!
You're mine! It's over! Eternal devastation!
Denied! You're behind! Light astral energy!
escape!
Banana, let's go! I'm on a roll! You're most comfortable at my heels. And not really built for close quarters combat. Nor am I. Don't worry, I'll help you keep a wiper. Sealed! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to
Spit all over myself. That's cool.
That's the last of the Zoogles that were ruining the farm equipment.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
I mean, hey, I get the feeling.
Let's just see if I can do it. If not,
But
fuck
were
it.
you really that worried about us?
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist.
Whoa, how did, what?
Forgive me. This is my fault.
You're finished!
Shattering the pieces!
I never miss.
You're finished! Any more of this and I'll burn out.
I'll stop at the top. Thanks, Kisara. Far enough. Tempest swirl. Glitter fear. Fierce evil. Raging roar. Here's a healing heart. Thunder. Mind if I do? Tempest glacial spear. Pierce evil.
You're mine!
Not so fast!
Crush! Elusive deity!
Gale force.
Take this!
Oh shit. This is a bad move. Yeah. I'm gonna take you on a little later. Oh shit.
I'd steer clear of that Zoogle if I were you.
Yeah.
Damn. That weak, huh?
Hi, Morris. Incoming list from Morris. Incoming.
Okay!
Yeah,
You did it! Yeah!
All right. I guess... Really?
Good.
Really now.
I need that. Huh. Interesting. Oh yeah, I remember. Fuck. No, I don't want to do that. Ah, damn it. Ah!
We finally made it.
Yes, we did.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
It's nothing.
Good. This came out just the way I hoped.
Alright.
Okay, off we go.
Huh? Okay. It's cool with me.
Mahog Sar.
What's up? A lot of yarn?
And then I couldn't remember if you had this or not.
No. Thanks.
And then to make Christmas ornaments.
Okay. Nice.
Isn't it so cool?
Yeah, that's nice.
For a kid.
Nice.
That I visited now.
Ooh.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
Right, here goes!
It's charging right there.
If they rush you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Rising Falcon! I'm not done! It's turtle devastation!
Coming through! I never miss! Get out of there with the
Here I come!
Not on my watch!
Anything in armor is all mine.
It's turtle devastation!
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Comfortable win.
We
Where?
were all talking about them as we were walking up. They're like, oh, this is Shrek and Fiona. And I didn't look at their faces. When we walked past them, I hear, Kelly! And I'm like, ah!
Nice.
We have to get together with them.
For
As
sure.
I recall, there's a recipe we've yet to try.
Yeah, this is the last ingredient we need.
Then let's go ahead and prepare it.
Little help!
You're mine! This one's all mine!
I'm gone!
Not today!
I'll take out the leg. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that. Quit staring and concentrate on the fight.
Yeah.
I don't take orders from you.
This could be useful.
Nice.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What's this thing?
Yeah, I thought this one was cool.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
No choice! Here I come and face me!
They have all these ones too.
Sing the Yoda one. The other ones are all unfamiliar to me.
Easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop. We managed to turn the tide.
For now, but things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert.
Where are you going?
It's on!
Air thrust.
This one's
Like
mine.
natural energy.
That's it.
Hey, that.
This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Now, where might those fish be? Yeah! All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice, you caught it.
George? Mister?
All right. can get a good meal out of this fella.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
All right. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
That fish put up a fight. Good catch.
Yeah. Is this what I think it is?
I got my head.
This fish is way bigger than I was expecting.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. All right. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought, after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flip. Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Mind if I join you, Law?
See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
Something feels odd here.
I'm gonna put some armor in it. Sure.
Be on your guard.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Going in. One more. Here's the evil. Time to shine. Airborne G. Far enough. My
Art expert coming through.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
sounds like a job for your truly.
They're surrounding us.
Cover and wing.
Mega ray.
Start up.
On guard.
Dragon swarm.
All right,
Here I come.
Now where was
take this.
Glacial Spear?
Can't get out of this.
Make it rain!
Eternal devastation.
Frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
Eat
All
this.
base to you.
Eternal devastation. Here I come.
Healing
You'll get him.
Look sharp. Here I go. I'm already getting back into the fray.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Radiant Fury! Burning! Do it! Time to go!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
I feel sprightlier than before.
All right.
Jeez.
There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance.
It's over.
You're mine.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf.
Eternal devastation.
Prepare to be sealed. Take this.
It's over. Eternal devastation.
Going in. Glacial Spear!
Prepare to be sealed, though lethal first. Actually, perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. This one's mine.
Fear, blood.
Play!
Dance in the wind.
No further.
Sleep now.
Let's get
Going in.
Prepare to be sealed.
It's over.
Take this.
Glacial Spear! Piercing roar!
Freeze laser.
Look sharp!
Dragon swarm.
This one's mine!
Eternal
No more
devastation.
Miss Nice Girl. Lightning is
It's over.
It's time.
Glacial Spear!
I'm not done.
Going in!
Freeze laser.
Dragon
Look
swarm.
sharp!
Can't this work? I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this. Deus Roar. Dance in the wind.
Glacial Spear!
Here's the evil. Sleep now.
Going in!
Bring it all away.
It's over. Dragon swarm.
In a bind.
Do it!
Here I come. Crush.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it
I
before.
really-
I'm
I was really
intrigued.
thirsty, and all that really sounded good was Coke.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renin who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renins have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's down in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Happy that my hair curled. I think I was a little scared. I actually kind of was looking like shit.
There's history in the air here.
Thank you. So fucked, dude.
Smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. And what about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
What's this thing?
Croquet.
Croquet.
An obsessive addiction to the act of crocheting often exhibited by a middle-aged woman. It is considered to be as addictive as amphetamine such as cocaine. It's quickly found quickly learned towards crochet patterns, hiding the amount of their crocheting behavior and crocheting quietly in a little corner.
We're in for a long slog with this one. You want me? Come get me. Anything in order.
It got fired!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Dragon Form! All
Leave
yours!
the enemy's arms to me.
Milky place here.
Burn in hell!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Slayer to Malisa!
I'll heal you all.
Denied!
My axe
Now you
see what I can do.
Healing
It's
circle!
over.
Make it rain!
And just like...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Dragon of War!
Here's evil! On my watch!
Take it!
Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Not a chance! Lunar Rondo!
This one's long!
One more!
Get up!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Hey now.
You're a rock star.
No further!
What's up?
What's so good with airborne targets?
I'll take you all!
I'm free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
You're finished!
Here's evil! Going in. Air cleanser!
This one's all mine! Burn in hell!
Take this!
Win! Start up! Okay, here I go!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Take this!
I'll smash you!
We managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert.
Take this! It's over! This one's all mine! Burn!
Take this!
Look sharp! Where are you going?
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. Don't get careless.
You're mine!
Don't tell me!
It's over!
Raging cascade!
Take this! Come one, come all! Dragon
No further!
Annihilation! Hear me!
What? Begin!
Healing circle!
The enemy wields armor too.
You'll soon see about that! Do it!
Anything in order with the earth!
You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Eternal devastation!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Now! Get toasty!
Burn strike! Not yet!
Here goes! Not on my watch!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey! Little's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
No. No.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Raging Castle! You got company!
Take this!
Searing Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
It's time!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Going in!
No further!
Into the snout!
Astral Arts!
That's my cue!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah!
Here I
Nice
come!
technique!
Easy Silver!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Lightning
See what I can do.
Now! Kizaru! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Here I
Not
go!
a chance!
And
You're
again!
mine!
I'm all
Lunar
set!
Rondo!
Mega Ray!
Make it rain.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Here I go!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
But maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I have a bad feeling about
Take
this.
this!
Leave the target to me!
You're finished! Not today!
Here's a healing arm!
I owe you one!
Tiger Blade! Hear me!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Going in! Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Here!
Win!
Here goes!
Take this!
One more!
Rising Champion!
Not on my watch!
Take this! Take this!
Do you require a
Let me help! Here is
Silver!
one at a time!
Eternal
Can't get out of this!
That deal! One more!
Shattering the pieces.
I never think! Going in!
Carve through armor.
20 left! Will this
You're
help?
finished!
Tiger Blade!
Dragon
Do it!
Swarm!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
What's this thing?
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Burn in hell!
Thank you. Do they not teach you to say thank you in Danon? Not to a Renin, they
Dragon
don't.
Swarm!
I'll heal you all! Lightning off! Raging Cascade!
Leave the charge.
Healing Strike! Dance in the wind! This one's mine! Here's evil!
I owe you one for that.
Eternal devastation!
This one's mine!
Tiger Blade, do it!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Where are you going?
It's over! This one's all mine!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
You're mine! Not today! Win!
Heal more!
Start up!
Do it! This one's mine!
Trim up!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
The Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god. I need something to eat. Guess I misread the landing.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
You want me? Come get me! No further!
Going in. Raging Trailblazer.
It's over!
My master energy. I'm ready.
Strike!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Rising Falcon! You're mine!
This one's mine. Now.
Shield!
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes!
Will this help?
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
You're finished! Not today!
Tiger Blade.
Severing Wing!
Lightning. Now. Healing Earth. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes!
My turn! Rising Falcon! Stunner! Make it rain!
This one's mine.
Take this! Tiger Blade! Burn!
Far enough. Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me. Going in. Ready at war! Tiger Blade! Don't mind if I do. Do it!
Good work! Demons descend! Flashing bang!
I need to be stronger.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Net right here.
You're finished! Severing Wing! How about this? Rising Falcon!
I never miss.
You see this coming? Got flyers!
I got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours! Dragon
Do
Swarm!
it. Dance in the
All yours, Kisara!
Not a chance! I'm not done! Rising Falcon! Win! It's over! You're mine! You're finished! Take this! Severing Wing!
now. Riglow. Frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
You're mine!
All thanks to you. Thunderblade.
Rising Falcon!
The earth throbs in pain.
On guard.
Take this!
Mega Ray.
Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Make it rain.
I still got a ways to go!
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking. What am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it, though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan. Leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Stop. Here. I'm done.